What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, actor Danny Masterson, best known to most as a former star of that hit Fox series, That 70'S Show, was convicted today on 2 counts of forcible, you-know-what, rhymes with tape. The jury could not reach a verdict on a third rhymes with tape charge, deadlocking with a vote of 8-4 in favor of conviction. And I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Masterson faces a potential sentence of 30 years to life in prison on the 2 charges. Shortly after the clerk read the guilty verdicts, there was an audible gasp from Masterson's family, who was seated in the audience. Masterson was accused of, 3 women at his Hollywood Hills home between 2001 and 2003. The jury convicted him of doing the unthinkable with these 2 women in 2003, but could not reach a verdict on an allegation from November 2001 involving a former girlfriend. After the verdict was read, Masterson was handcuffed and taken into custody. Judge Charlene Olmedo denied the defense request that he remain free until sentencing. A hearing is set for August the 4th. So August the 4th will be the date in which he will learn, and I guess us, the media, will learn what his sentence will be. Masterson's wife, I believe it's pronounced Bijou Phillips, was seen sobbing in the front row of the audience. You could read a little bit more about this if you choose to. I'm of the opinion that there was far more evidence to suggest and to pretty much prove that Masterson was guilty of this, as opposed to Mr. Cosby, which was basically more on hearsay. All right. This is what I'm having a problem with this case, as opposed to Mr. Cosby. And the reason why I bring Mr. Cosby up is because I'm seeing people who I think are fans of this actor making these arguments. They're saying, well, why did it take 20 years for this to come to fruition, this conviction? I guess questioning the veracity of the women who are accusing him or have been accusing him of this, not knowing the details. But these same people, I'm guarantee you, will be the same ones saying that Mr. Cosby deserved to be behind bars because, hey, well, sometimes they intimidate witnesses, they intimidate women. He uses power and influence to intimidate, but yet they can't seem to make that same argument for Mr. Masterson, who is part of a cult that is very prominent in Hollywood. Kirstie Alley, the late Kirstie Alley, was part of this cult. Tom Cruise is part of this cult. The actress that used to play on King of Queens, who I would knock the dust off her fucking pussy. What's her name? Leah Remini. She was a former member of this cult. It begins with an S. Then the next letter is a C. Ends in ology. You know what I'm talking about. From what I've read, that cult did everything they could to intimidate these women and to protect Mr. Masterson for decades. So I'm glad that this is being put out there and the media is being forced to talk about this case because, as I've said before, I just want fairness. I don't want people to look like me to be the only ones that are talked about in the media when it comes to these types of cases. And everybody else is under the radar to get this magical protection for some reason. I don't care what color they are. A person who does this type of crap, they need to be put out there and need to be convicted not just in the court, but in the court of public opinion. This guy needs to be put away for the rest of his life. Period. Because in my opinion, there's no reforming someone who goes about doing this. I'm not talking about a situation where a woman is, concerned about her protection or not protection, but concerned about her reputation or concerned about her job, and she fudges the truth and lies, and the guy didn't even do what she's accused of. Now, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about these guys who are predacious. These guys that go around, from what I read about him, and preyed on women. Forcible. That's the charge. Forcible. Not open to misinterpretation. Not it was consensual when we started, but then, as I'm getting ready to bust a nut, she says no, and my instincts, I just couldn't stop, and for a split second I was pumping when she told me to stop. So no gray shit like that. I mean, somebody who physically used his strength and overpowered someone and did the unthinkable. That's what he did. Period. So anyway, that's all I got to say about this one. Tell me what you guys think.